Alright, guys, I'm gonna do a video I've been wanting to do for like the last month, but I didn't do it because I don't know how well received this video is gonna be with what the subject of it is. So just bear with me because it's gonna be kind of a longer video of me just talking and nothing else about the channel and like about its future and like why I think me getting possibly demonetized within the next like 2 maybe 3 months, if that, um, will happen. And like I said, what the future is gonna be. Because honestly, well, I'll get to that in a second. But please leave a like, comment down below, subscribe, click the notification bell. That's very important. Everyone needs to check, especially if you like watching my content. Please check to make sure you're getting notified with all notifications and stuff. I know I mentioned that a billion times in every video, but it really does help the channel grow, and it would help YouTube's algorithm recommend my channel to get more eyes on the channel so I can get to 80, 90, and then 100,000 subs and possibly get a play button. I know that's what everyone wants to happen with me, but I just don't think that's going to happen. I'm going to explain why. And why I feel like even if I did these changes, it would be too little, too late. Because you guys, a lot of people don't realize this, but I've been doing YouTube since like probably 2006, 2007. I had one channel before this that got removed because of copyright reasons, but I'm not going to get into that. But I had a channel called Super Metroid Lover. If anyone remembers that channel, that was me. And I started this in 2009 of July. So and from the beginning, I even when monetization was announced and I got approved, like everyone and their mother did back then. Even when I was approved and was still doing the same kind of crappy videos with the crappy camera I had and all that other stuff, I never made a lot of money. I still haven't made a ton of money. The only reason I made as much money as I made for the month of September was because of super chats and stuff like that. That's it. That's the only reason. And I'm not gonna keep streaming every day to like or like maybe once a while. But anyway, I'm not gonna keep streaming in hopes of people super chatting me just to make enough to make YouTube viable as a way to make money. I guess I don't want to say make a living because to make a living on YouTube, I'd have to do like I don't know whatever the like median yearly salary wage is in the U.S. So like whatever that would be like a livable wage, I guess. But I'm never gonna get to that point, obviously, because even with 79,000 subs, my channel still doesn't pull in good numbers. Even with streaming, the max I'll get is like 30 people, no matter what time of night it is. Usually I get like 30 people. And I've seen other channels that are bigger or a little bit smaller than mine get like 300 to 400 people watching. It's like what is going on with my channel and why aren't people viewing my live streams as they happen a lot or a lot of people viewing them? And why are my videos getting like a few thousand views in a week or so? Or maybe even 10,000 views. I don't know what the correct number of like average views would be for a channel of my current size, 79,800 and something subs. I don't know what the like average view count and like watch time duration would be, but I know it should be more than what it is. And the reason it's not good is because one, my place in the algorithm is down way too low. Two, my video production and like quality is not as good as people probably think it would be or will be when they click on my channel and they see what kind of stuff I do. They're like, how does this channel have 79,000 subs? It's because people like Dylan Anderson, Wavy Web Surf, and others on Reddit maybe, and Twitter, and maybe even on YouTube shout me out, and then people flock to my channel. And that's why I even got remonetized in the first place. I wasn't even close before September 1st of last month. I wasn't even close to being monetized at all. The only reason it happened is because hundreds of thousands of people came to my channel, viewed a lot of my videos, watched them all the way through, and then I was able to reapply for monetization and get in within 24 hours, which was nuts. I thought it would take like a month. Um, but slowly my channel already began to decline in watch time and how many views I was getting, how many subscriptions I was getting. Um, and that affected. I thought for sure when the glitch that I was losing the ability to like choose to be monetized, choose for a video to be monetized or not monetized. I was like, well, they're probably in the process of demonetizing me, but they weren't. It was just some glitch in the system, I guess. Because the next morning, after I made that community post about it, they were it was back. I don't know if the community post had something to do with how many likes it got, and people were getting pissed in the comments. Maybe that's why they kept me on. I have no idea. But even so, guys, I don't deserve it to be in the program. My watch time currently sits at 2,000 watch time hours, which is half of what you need. So like that, I'm basically doing the same numbers I was doing before Dylan Anderson shouted me out. I'm doing the same exact numbers in watch time. My views are a little bit better, but they're not they're not good enough to say like, yay, me being monetized is actually a good thing. No, it doesn't even matter. Like honestly, guys, anymore, I might just turn off monetization on my channel because it's gonna get turned off anyway. It doesn't matter in the long run because I don't get the watch time, I don't get the amount of views I would need, and stuff like that. And people expect me to have like high production stuff, and I get comments every now and then like, "Dude, invest in a green screen, invest in better audio equipment, invest in better lighting, and do all this other stuff." It's like, do people not realize I am disabled and in a wheelchair and can't really set up a green screen or set up lighting or set up audio equipment or audio dampening things myself? Yes, my wife could do that stuff, but very sparingly. She works 3 days out of the week and she works like 12-hour shifts. So she doesn't have a ton of time to help me set shit up. Like, I'm not gonna even sugar it because I'm not gonna monetize this video anyway, so I don't care about watching my language. My videos aren't for kids, so whatever. But I'm not gonna have her set stuff up and waste what time she does have during her work days and the time she has off. Waste time helping me set up a camera or a green screen backdrop. The kind of green screen backdrop I would need is like one of the backdrops that you can pull down from like mounted to a ceiling or whatever. But those are like $170, and a good mic, like the Shure SM whatever the number model is, a Shure mic is like $400. And to have good streams, I need another monitor. So that's like another 100, maybe $200, depending on what kind of monitor I get. If I get a 4K monitor, then I need to upgrade my graphics card that supports 4K, and that's another like $700. So we're looking at like, I don't know, $2,000 almost worth of equipment that I would need to like professionalize my content. Which even then, guys, like it's not gonna matter. The people saying it would improve your views and content if you would get this stuff. Yes, it might for a little bit, but then it would just dip back down because my channel doesn't get recommended to people. And honestly, I feel like I said earlier, it'd be too little too late. And what I mean by that is, I should have done upgrades like this and got a better setup like 10 years ago. Back when video game related content and like gaming related content was on the way up. And that's when I should have started doing stuff like this. Is then, because then I probably would have been in a better spot. But I kept doing the same handheld game videos, very low quality videos because I didn't have a good camera at the time. I still don't. My phone, which is charging, I was about to show you guys. My phone is my camera right now. People have also say like get a GoPro or something. They're like $400 too for good ones. So like we're getting close to like $2,000 worth of equipment, and I'm not doing a GoFundMe or a fundraiser of any kind to raise money. I could pay for all this stuff sporadically, but like to do it all at once overnight or like over a few month period, I could do, but I don't think it'd be worth it. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't think it'd be worth it in the long run. Sure, like a better mic. That's one. When I get my first payout for AdSense, I'm gonna buy a better mic, the audio equipment that I can buy, the audio mixer, and possibly a different webcam. I don't know. Because I didn't make a lot of money. I made like $477 or something like that. So, like, good enough to buy a mic and, like, audio, like, the audio mixer thing. And it's the one done by Elgato, so I don't even know how good it is. It's probably pretty decent, but it's not like a professional one like other people probably want me to get like a $300-400 one, like the Shure mic. I would love to get a Shure mic, but I don't have that kind of money to be dumping like $1,000 into my channel. I don't have a side job. The money I do have from my disability checks goes towards bills with the house and food and all that other stuff. My wife has car payment, other stuff like that to worry about. And eventually, we want to start being able to like not get as much help from my parents paying stuff like the insurance for the house, other stuff like that, the electricity, the water, all that stuff. They still help us pay for that stuff over here, which is fine because my wife doesn't make a ton of money, and she's kind of bad at budgeting, but she'll get better with my dad's help. But and my disability checks, they're not. I don't get a ton like some people do. I don't get a lot. I'm not gonna say what I get because it doesn't really matter. But I will say this: the 1 month payoff for September, the $470 whatever dollars, that's more than I get for my disability checks, and that's not a joke. I'm not making that up. I get I get less than that a month. My brother gets more because he's not married, but because disability and SSI is weird. I don't know. I hate dealing with it. That's one of the reasons why I want this to work, so I can drop my SSI so we can legally own this house. Because since I have disability SSI checks, we can't legally own property because my parents want to sign the house over to us, but they can't because of my SSI. That is why I was hopeful when this started taking off again with the shout out short that Dylan Anderson did, that I thought I would make more or close to enough to where it would be worth it for me to call downtown to my local disability or social security office and say, like, look, I want to drop my checks, and then we could legally own this house. But that's not gonna happen. It's just not. And I can't keep dealing with these ups and downs of like having highs and lows with my channel. I know it's a thing to deal with, but the people that deal with highs and lows, they don't deal with having their channel demonetized or or something like that. They just deal with it like a slow week or something, and they don't make nearly as much money as they do in another week or month or whatever, or a year, whatever. Me, I don't get a ton of views. I don't get a ton of watch time, so I'm probably gonna get demonetized again, and I'm getting sick of dealing with that. The stress of having to put out videos to see if they do well. If they don't do well, I'm still at risk at losing my monetization. I'm not gonna say my livelihood because I don't. I'm not ever gonna make a living from it unless something miraculous happens to where I get like 200,000 subs and I start getting like tens of thousands of views per video, and they keep getting views even after I post them, and like I start getting like hundreds of people watching my live streams, and I get like tons of super chats, and I get tons of memberships on my memberships side of the channel, or I get more Patreon supporters or something. Like that's the only way I'd be able to like to quit my disability checks. And my wife brought up a good point, and there's something I want to talk about the GoFundMe too, but I want to talk about this too. My wife brought up a good point, and they're like, well, people gotta understand that I do a lot of behind the scenes stuff talking about my wife. That I'm talking for her right now. She's like, I do a lot of behind the scenes stuff, like helping you set stuff up. It's you can't set a lot of this stuff up yourself. And I'm like, yeah, I know. And she's like, what would need to happen is your channel might have to take off enough to where I could go part time or quit altogether. I even told her, I'm like, don't quit altogether because I would never make nearly enough for you to quit altogether. Like I'd have to make like 20, 30, 40 grand a year for her to be like comfortable, or me to be at least semi comfortable with her outright quitting. But part time would make more sense. But anyway, she was like, people would have to be supporting you on Patreon or do memberships, whatever, and you would have to get like $2,000 to $3,000 a month to make it worth it. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but that's not gonna happen because I'm not gonna mention that to people because I don't want people to support me for that reason, just so I can drop my disability and we can own this house. That's not the right reason to support the channel. I'm just mentioning it just because like it's something that I know is not gonna happen. But if it did, the channel would probably change pretty drastically because my wife can help me set more stuff up, like lighting and a green screen. I could get a cheap like $40 green screen instead of getting a $160 pull down one. I could do all that stuff. As far as like sound dampening stuff and like sound like proofing the living room, I have no idea what the hell I do. Maybe get like one of them like big tall soundproofing mat things you can get. I don't know what they're called, but I know people have them. They hang them up and they focus your sound in on like one area. So maybe I get something like that, but I don't even know what they're called. I don't even know where to look to get them. So, and I don't even know how much they are. So that's why I don't do that. As far as this looking like a living room, that's, guys, it's not going to change. I'm probably going to be in this living room for at least another year and a half before I figure out how to get me upstairs into the bedrooms up there and the bathroom up there. Because the only thing that sucks about being down here is, well, my dog barking constantly at things outside. Going to get a shower, I have to go back downstairs and get the shower downstairs because I'm not having my wife carry me upstairs to get a shower. That's stupid. She already does it when I have to go to the bathroom. Number two. Number one, I just pee in a urinal. I'm just gonna tell you guys. That's what I do to go pee. But I'll probably this video will probably get demonetized anyway since I'm talking about bathroom related stuff. But I'm not having to do that every time we get a shower. So during the winter months, it's gonna suck. And I told my dad that, and he's like, oh, "Yeah, I know, but you gotta do what you gotta do." Um, but yeah, I wish things were different, guys. Like I wish things would be different for me. I wish I wasn't in this stupid wheelchair. I wish I didn't have CP sometimes, but I'm okay with it. My life is fine. Like people there's people that comment like I feel sorry for you and you being in the wheelchair. Like don't guys. If you're subbing me for that reason because you feel bad for me, then you're not here for the right reasons. Guys, I'm fine with the way my life is. I just don't like not being able to like help with financial burdens and things. Like I wish I was more financially able to work. And yeah, I could work at a stupid like grocery store or like Target or Walmart or Best Buy, but I want to do something that's not like one, it would be very hard for me to get from point A to point B, even with the affordable power chair I have. And if something would go wrong with that, which has happened, what would I do if I'm at work? I'd have to get a coworker to help push me around or have them change the battery out. It would be a headache. And plus, we only have one car, and my mom is mostly busy during the school year. So like, but yeah, she would take me to work and stuff, but I wouldn't be able to work as well or be as productive as a more able-bodied person would be. That's why I wouldn't like the only job I could legitimately see myself doing is being like a Walmart greeter or something, which wouldn't be terrible. But like I know Walmart and most corporations treat their employees like crap. They don't say they do, but they do. Because I hear stories from people. So like, there's there's nothing else that I can think about doing other than this, or just doing nothing and just enjoying my life the way it is, which is which is almost where I am at this point. Because I'm like, if my channel doesn't keep or like start improving, why do I keep doing this for, for just to do it? Like I know there's a core group of people that enjoy my content, legitimately enjoy it, and I appreciate it, guys. But there comes a time mentally and emotionally and like just physically where I'm just like done with it because I can't deal with the highs and lows of it. I can't deal with one moment being monetized and being like feeling like this could be my one break to actually make it and then have it be ripped away like 3 months later. I'm being hypothetical, but I'm telling you guys, it's probably going to happen. And if it does, it does. Like whatever. I'm still gonna try to get better equipment and stuff, but it's not gonna change anything, honestly, guys. But to end this video, I want to talk about the GoFundMe and the difference that made that people don't realize, and that I didn't realize until my dad told me like a few weeks ago when the channel was first taken off. Because the first thing he told me was he's like, don't let it go to your head. It's probably not gonna last long. So because the internet's fickle, don't worry about like it you making a living from it because you're probably not going to. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but this time feels different, and it honestly did at the time. But I guess my dad was right, and I should have been more ready for it because I knew from experience from the GoFundMe stuff. Because honestly, that blew up more than the Dylan Anderson stuff did, and the fact that I was actually trending on YouTube's homepage. Like I was like one of the top trending videos, like that update on my GoFundMe video or whatever. One of those. It was the live video or the update video. I don't remember which one was trending, but one of them was trending, and that never happened with Dylan Anderson, as far as I know. It didn't. Uh, but the difference with his was that I just got a ton of traffic overnight. Like I got like over 1 million views overnight in total views in my channel, which was kind of nuts. But anyway, to go back to the GoFundMe thing, people don't realize when that ended and it started to blow up and we got to like the $48,000, and the van got fixed for free. And I told people that, and we discussed like, well, because the van got fixed for free, and the guy was gonna talk to the place he worked for to get us an actual new van, but the dude didn't realize how much new wheelchair vans actually cost. They cost around 80, 90, sometimes $100,000, depending on what you have in there and stuff. Like they're not cheap. You could get a used one or a converted one, like we had. We had a converted one or a decent used one for probably maybe 60, 50, $60,000, but we didn't we didn't raise enough money, which was fine because honestly, like the wheelchair van we had was shitty anyway. So I'm glad it's gone. I'm glad we don't have that thing anymore because it was a converted van. It was a piece of crap, and realistically, we needed a van specifically built to be a wheelchair van because those kind of vans last a while. Ones that are converted don't because they do weird shit to it. Because the guy that worked on the van even said like there was like the engine in there wasn't meant for that van or something, and the way it was wired was weird. It was just it's just not good to do a van conversion. It's better to have one built from the ground up, built to be a wheelchair van. But anyway, so like I said, the guy didn't realize how much they were, so we knew he never even like said anything to us about it. But we knew he would the business wouldn't be able to afford one because it's a lot of money for a business to do it. And I'm pretty sure where he works, or maybe he still works there. I don't know. I don't really talk to the guy anymore. I'm still friends with him on Facebook, but I don't talk to him anymore that much. Um, I don't know if he still works there. I remember the name of the business, but I'm not going to say it. But I don't think he works there anymore. He might, but I have no idea. Um, but it would have probably killed them for that month or whatever because of how much money it would have been. So we were like, well, my parents, because it was under my mom, the GoFundMe was transferred to my mom's name. Originally, it was under my friend who had started the GoFundMe under her name, but they transferred it to my mom's name, so it would go in the money and proceeds would go into my parents' bank account or whatever. So we were talking about it. I think it was a Tuesday or something, and we were talking about it, and we were like, I was like, well, what are we gonna do with the money now since this isn't gonna be enough to get a new wheelchair van? Because that's what people wanted me to wanted to happen is for us to get a new wheelchair van. And my parents looked it up, and it was like 80, 70, $80,000 for like even one that was like a year old or something, or 2 years old, I think. But we looked into it, or at least I did. I don't know if they did, but I did. And it was we there was no way we could have done it. So like, well, we have bills and stuff we could take care of, and we could buy some stuff for your YouTube, like a Switch and some equipment and stuff, and we did. And we also bought my brother a Braille Sense Polaris, which allows him to go on the internet because he's blind. So we did that, and that was like $5,000 or like $7,000 or something like that, $6,000. I don't remember the exact amount. It was a lot though. Everything that blind people use is a lot. Like the Braille Sense, the Braille No Touch Pluses, all that stuff's expensive. So like that, I was fine with that. I knew people wouldn't care. But then when my parents started mentioning bills and stuff, I was like, guys, you can't use it for bills and stuff. Like I was screaming at them, like, what are you talking about? You can't freaking do using for bills and blah 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 blah. Like I was red faced screaming at them, and like we were arguing about it. Like we were having a family argument about it, and I didn't realize what kind of bills they meant until recently. My dad recently told me this, and he didn't specifically tell me not to tell people this, but I'm pretty sure he probably doesn't want people knowing this that we came that close to this happening. But I want everyone to know that it's still around for the GoFundMe or from the GoFundMe, and I want everyone to realize that just in general. like how big of an impact it actually made. Because my dad, we were talking about it, my dad's like, do you remember when you did your live video and it blew up with the GoFundMe? I'm like, yeah, what about it? He's like, you remember the $48,000 or whatever we raised? It was like $48,780. It was almost $49,000. So he might have said like $49,000. I don't remember what he said, but he said whatever amount he said. He said, do you remember how much money we raised? I'm like, what about it? He's like, do you know what we used the money for? I'm like, yeah, the Polaris, my Switch, my first Switch, and you said bills. He's like, yeah, do you know what bills we use this for, or use that money for? And I'm like, I'm assuming like credit card debt, or like, um, or just like paying for our wedding, or my wife's medical bills from when she broke her foot back then. And he's like, yeah, that was part of it, but do you know what the rest went for? I'm like, no. He's like, do you want on? Do you want on? I'm like, why is it? Was it bad? He's like, yeah, it would have been bad if you haven't if you wouldn't haven't done that video. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, we would have lost this house. And like, wait. I'm like, wait, what are you talking about? He's like, we were on the verge of losing the house. That's why. That's because my dad said, he's like, that's why I was working so hard to make all the mortgage payments and stuff, so we wouldn't lose the house. Because my dad would work every day, even the weekends, and I never knew why. He didn't. He never told us why he was doing that. I didn't know it got that bad. I could tell my dad was stressed, and when that happened, I could see it in his face and in his eyes that the stress was gone. I was like, that why was he so stressed about that? Because I thought it was dealt with the van, but it wasn't that. It was because we were on the verge of losing this house that I'm in right now. So that's what I'm telling you guys. Like, me doing that stupid video saved our lives technically, because I don't know what we would have done. You guys saved my family. Like, that's the honest truth. And I'm not doing this for like clickbait or like sympathy. You guys literally did save my family from being out on the street or wherever. I don't know where we would have gone. We would have found somewhere, but it would have been it wouldn't have been as I wouldn't have this setup. Basically, I wouldn't be living with my wife and my older brother right now. Like, I don't know what would be happening. To be honest, if if that wouldn't have happened, I didn't even intend for that to happen. I don't know why it did. I don't know if it was God, fate, something, the stars aligned. I have no idea why that happened. But if that one video wouldn't have taken off, my life would have been completely changed in a very bad way. And I just wanted people to know that, because as soon as my dad told me that, I was like, I really want to tell people about this, but I know my dad doesn't want me to talk about it probably. Because people are going to be like, well, why didn't you tell everybody that sooner? Because I didn't know. If I would have known, I would have mentioned that, and we probably would have raised a ton more money and been able to do like renovations on the house and stuff like that. But I didn't know because my parents didn't tell me. I don't even know if my mom knew it was that bad. She probably did, but she doesn't want to worry me. She doesn't want to worry us, my brothers and I. So, like, you guys don't understand. That's one of the reasons why I'm not giving up on this yet. I would have stopped. I wanted to stop before I did that GoFundMe video, to be honest with you guys. Like, I wanted to stop. But my wife was the one that said, well, let's do a live video on my tablet, since I didn't have a phone that could use like later version of YouTube that could go live, and get some eyes on your GoFundMe. And I'm like, fine, whatever. And then history was made. It's literally internet history. I'm not even making it up. Like, people still talk about it today. Wavy Webster did a video on it. I didn't know about the whole. I just told him bills and stuff. I didn't know we were on the verge of losing the house until recently. Because my dad's like, yeah, that Dylan Anderson guy's right. You are inspiring. That's why people flock to your channel. You may not do good numbers, but people enjoy what you do. So just keep doing it. And I'm like, Dad, but I wanna make a living doing something that I love. I wanna be like you and other people that actually enjoy their jobs and like make decent money doing it. And actually, because my dad enjoys what he does. I mean, there's days he wants to retire, of course, but he still enjoys what he does largely. But I enjoy what I do. It may not be a job to like pay the bills and like make. I don't make a ton of money, even be a patron. That's not the same thing. But I don't make a ton doing that either. Will and is that why I'm telling you this story? No, I'm telling you this story so you guys realize how much of an impact that one act of internet kindness did for my channel. I didn't realize that, and I don't know why I'm getting emotional about it. Probably because just the weight of it. Like, you guys don't realize what that does for me and what this did for me. Like, you guys saved my life, technically. I don't know where I would have been. And I feel like if I give up on this, I'm basically saying screw you and everybody that helped me. That's why I can't give up on this, guys. I can't afford to stop. If I stop doing this, what does that say for everybody that helped me out during that time in my life? I owe you guys everything. And I feel like me failing as a YouTube content creator, not having good numbers and high production value, it doesn't bode well for me because it feels like from the outside looking in, it looks like to people that I'm not trying hard, and I am. That's why I keep trying because I don't want to give up on this. It's just hard to talk about it, guys, because I didn't realize it got that bad. Like me, I inadvertently saved our family from being homeless, almost. I don't know what, we probably wouldn't have been homeless, but we would have found somewhere to live, but I wouldn't have this place right now. I don't know, guys. I just don't want to give up on this. But I feel like if I do, then I'm basically putting the middle finger up to everybody and saying, well, forget it. You guys don't matter. You guys don't watch my stuff anymore, so why do I keep doing this? No, that's not the way I should look at it, but that's the way I feel, though. That's the way I literally feel sitting here. But at the same time, my heart tells me this is why I'm getting emotional about it because I can't give up. No matter how bad I mentally want to, and mentally and physically lose sleep over it, I can't give up on this. Even if it takes me a quarter century to do it, to make it be something, then I'm gonna do it. Even if it kills me, I'm gonna do it. Like, if I didn't have this channel, I wouldn't have this house. And it's insane to me that people were that generous. I mean, yeah, the internet's fickle, like my dad said, but still, like, look what happened back in 2017 with my channel. That shouldn't have happened. I don't know why it happened. The Dylan Anderson thing shouldn't have happened. I don't even know why people came to my channel and then didn't sub to it and stay around. If I'm so inspiring, then why aren't a lot more people sticking around? That's my whole thing. Like, I'm not trying to be inspiring to people. I think it's putting pressure on me. That's what it is. There's too much pressure now. And I can't do it. I just can't deal with it. I can't deal with the ups and downs of it. If it was all up and I was still gaining views and subscribers and stuff, I wouldn't be having this issue that I am now. But I honestly, guys, I'm at my breaking point where I want to quit. I just want to be like, you know what? It was fun while it lasted, and I don't know what else to do. And I'm not getting emotional. It's not fake or nothing. Like, it's not. I know people do videos like this to get clicks and views and sympathy, but I'm not doing it for that. I'm doing it to tell you guys, like, look, you guys, literally, everyone that helped me out during the GoFundMe and even beyond now, saved me and my family. And if I give up on this, then I'm basically giving up on everybody that supported me. And I can't do that to everybody. I can't. I can't afford to. No matter how bad I want to take a break for a year, I can't do it. I just can't. And if I lose my monetization, then whatever, YouTube. Like, you do you. Then I'll just go over to Twitch and stream at that point. Because streaming is where I make most of my money anyway, so I feel like streaming on Twitch would be better anyway. But I don't want to do that. I don't want to stream every freaking day. I want to just upload content because if if I went over to Twitch, I'd have to stream every day for like hours every day. Every day. I'd have to do it every day. Because I've heard if you dip below a certain amount of hours or something, or you stream something you're not supposed to stream, or you say something during the stream, it could get you kicked off the partnership program. So you have to be really careful what you do and say on there. Which is why I haven't done Twitch, because I don't know, I might say something stupid about something and then Twitch might get pissed and remove my partnership remove my partnership if I had one. So that's why I don't move over to Twitch. At least YouTube, like, they're kind of better with it, but it's not. But like, I don't know, guys. It's just, I'm gonna wipe my eyes here. I don't know. It's just, it's hard, guys. It's hard. Like, I'm not expecting everyone to watch my videos and everyone to subscribe and like what I do, but just the emotional roller coaster and the toll it's taking on me mentally with like being monetized and on the verge of being unmonetized again. It's it's very draining on my mental health. Like, it's very crushing to have to deal with like my channel not growing after it did for a week. So I appreciate all the shout outs and everything, but like, I need to get here on my own merits. I don't need people shouting me out because they feel bad for me. Because honestly, I think that's why Dylan Anderson did it. It's because he realized that I've been doing it for 13 years and I have cerebral palsy and I've been trying to do it for 13 years. So he was trying to help me out. He had good intentions. It worked for a while, but then only like 10% of the people that watched subbed, and like 5% still watch my content. So it helped for a little bit. It just, it probably didn't have the effect he would have hoped it would have, and I hoped it did. Um, but like I said, I don't want to get there with that kind of merits, because like I said, I have low production value. But anyway, guys, I've taken enough of your time up. It's like 45-minute video here. But that's pretty much it, guys. That's all I gotta say. Thanks for watching. Thank you for supporting the channel on Patreon or memberships or super chats. however you've supported me over the 13 years, especially GoFundMe people, you guys, now you know what difference you made in my life. So I just want everybody to know that at the end of this video. Sorry I almost got emotional there. I kind of kept my tears in check. But, I mean, it is what it is, guys. So thanks for watching. I'm not going to edit this video or do nothing crazy to it. So, no credits for no Patreon shout out. I just want to get this video done and upload it because it's going to take a while to. If I did edit it, it would take like 45 minutes to like to an hour to like render it, and then it would take longer for it to process on YouTube. I don't want to deal with that. So I hope you guys understand. Thank you all for supporting me on Patreon. I love all of you guys, especially my bronze team members. Shouts to you guys. You know who you are. Shouts to everybody on Patreon and my 2 members. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. It's $5 a month, I believe, is how memberships work. But that helps out the channel too. But there's nothing super special that I get. The more members I get, the more I'll think about more better rewards. One thing I do want to do is like members only videos for like the first week or something. Do like a members only video, and then publish it for everybody. But that'll be later down the road if I get like, I don't know, like 100 members or something. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. That's all I gotta say. I don't know if my wife would have anything to add, but she's not home right now, so um, if she does, I might I might edit it in if she says she does. But if she doesn't, then this is the video you guys will see. But anyway, guys, peace out. Love you guys, and stay tuned for more videos.